The rougher conduit with a higher friction have a higher value, and smooth conduits with lower friction have a lower value. The form of Manning equation should make sense with the Manning's n in the denominator bottom of the equation, with all other things be equal. A higher n value represent a higher conduit friction would result in a lower flow rate. This should make the intuitive sense, as more friction would tend to slow the flow down. Because of the Manning equation is an empirical equation that value for Manning n are derived from the experiment and observation. There is no hard, fast rule or scientific method to determine what Manning n to be used for a particular conduit. Most commonly, the conduit characteristics are examined and then Manning n is looked up in the reference table. There is no hard and fast rule or scientific method to determine what Manning n to be used for a particular conduit. It may be you can use other. Here is a useful table for Manning's value expected from Chow Open Hydraulic. Chow Open Hydraulic 1995. A very common value of 0. Manning's n is 0. Let's see the Manning's n value. These are the values. Manning's Chow, natural stream, minor stream, top with flood stage less than minimum, normal or maximum. A clean, straight, full stage, no rifts or deep pools. These are the for main channel. This one is for main channel. Second one is the mountainous stream, no vegetation in channel, bank full, use steep tree and bushes along the back and submerged at a height. Floodplains. Pasture, no bushes, short grass and the high grass. Cultivated areas, bushes, trees, excavated and dragged channel. Earth straight and uniform, clean, recently completed. These are the observed value: rock, channel, cement, wood, concrete. Brickwork, clay, metal pipe. These are the this one. Okay. Note that the Manning n table contain the range of value of Manning of each conduit type. The reflects the empirical nature of the equation that can fact there is some natural variability in the conduit frictional characteristics and inherent inaccuracy in the use of formula. Take the range of Manning n published in this table as note of calculation. The equation is not perfect. The equation is not perfect nor perfectly precise. Please keep that in mind when evaluating water resource system and consider the inherent variability in the equations when evaluating the impact of your engineer's decision. The equation is take a range of meaning and published in this table. The equation is not perfect nor perfectly precise. Please keep that in mind when evaluating water resource system and consider the inherent variability in the equation when evaluating the impact of your engineering decision. The concrete pipe meanings this one. The channel of mountain stream like this with a cobble and large boulder has meaning 0.05. A floodplain like bank A floodplain like the bank in the picture with medium dense bushes and summer has in the summer like this. Common use of Manning equation. The Manning equation is very versatile and can be applied to many different applications in water resource system. Below are some common use of the equation with a brief description how the equation works for each. Open channel flow. It is very common use the equation in the compute the uniform equation to compute the uniform flow depth which is described below. But more generally the equation can be used to compute the channel friction and therefore the open channel flow profile along the length of the channel. Computing a profile along the length of the open channel means computing the depth at various locations along the length of the channel. Computing the profile along the length of an open channel means computing the depth at various locations along the length of channel. This is often done for evaluating the floodplain elevation for river. The Manning equation can be used for this purpose by rearranging the equation to express the slope of the energy gradient as a function of the flow Manning and hydraulic radius area and equation below. When the item on the right hand side the equation are known at the point of the channel, the depth at another location of the channel can be computed using the Manning equation. This is done by plugging these value into the Manning equation and computing the slope of the energy gradient. This slope then applied to give the length of the channel and then and the change in the elevation of the energy gradient line computed. The hydraulic gradient line depth profile can be computed by subtracting the velocity head from the energy gradient line, and this process is repeated working your way along the length of the channel to compute the depth, the desired location of the channel. Often such analysis is started at a location in the channel where the channel depth is known or can be computed using the standard formula of the hydraulic control like dam, weir and sluice gate. The computational process described above can then be used to determine the open channel flow profile. If, if you do this, please be aware the impact of critical depth and whether the channel is flowing under the subcritical or the supercritical condition, as these can have a significant impact on how the analysis is performed. Programs like Hackeres are often used to compute the flow profile for the open channel flow. Computing uniform flow depth. Uniform flow is a phenomenon that occur in the open channel. Uniform flow simply means that depth flow is same along the length of the channel. This also means that there is a balance between the gravity and the friction channel. Given enough distance away from the hydraulic control structure, the Manning equation can be used to compute the uniform flow depth by assuming that the slope of the energy gradient line is equal to the slope of channel. Slope of energy gradient line. This is the slope of energy gradient line. Hydraulic radius, flow area, Manning roughness. Okay. Setting the slope of the energy gradient line equal to the channel result in the height of energy gradient line be constant at any location of therefore a height of the depth will also be constant at any location along the channel. That's why it is called the uniform flow depth. Although the Manning equation can often use, it can also be applied in the full pipe flow. One common application of the equation is to compute the full pipe capacity for a given diameter of the pipe slope. This is done with the Manning's equation by setting the slope equal to the slope of pipe. setting the slope equal to the slope of pipe, and then compute the resulting flow rate for the given diameter pipe. The setting the slope of energy gradient equal to slope of the pipe result in the computing the flow rate that will just keep the pipe full along the length, which is uh, so how the capacity of pipe flow undergoing a gravity condition. The Manning equation can also be used to solve the required pipe's slope to achieve a given capacity in the pipe diameter. There is a hydraulic calculation which automatically can be solved the pipe slope or the pipe below the nomograph that can be used for the same purpose for the pipe with the Manning reference this. Here is a link. Head loss in the full pipe. The Manning equation can also be used to compute the head loss in the pipe flowing full. The procedure for this is really no different than the process of described above computing the flow profile in the open channel. The conduit geometry is simpler because it derives from the fully piped.